The scent struck me the moment she stepped inside. It wasn't her usual airy, floral perfume. The one that lingered gently on her skin after every outing. No, this time, it was my cologne. The same scent I'd worn for years. The one she always claimed was So You. Welcome home. I managed to say, each word scraping my throat like broken glass. How was the trip, Sarah? She smiled, that familiar expression now slightly askew. Too wide, too practiced. Amazing. We had so much fun you wouldn't believe it. She let her weekend bag drop to the floor with a dull thud, the sound unnaturally loud in the tension-filled air. She called it a girl's trip, but everything about it had felt off from the beginning. The secret of late-night calls, the vague explanations, her reluctance to meet my eyes. I had been willing to suppress my doubts, until now. Until the undeniable scent of my cologne clung to her clothes like a confession whispered directly to me. I kept up the performance, though it exhausted me. Glad you had fun, I said, the forced grin on my face barely holding back the bitterness. Dinner's almost ready. She moved through our home as if nothing had changed, like she hadn't just brought another man sent back into the sanctuary we'd built together. Our kitchen, once the warm heart of our home, now felt sterile and hollow. Her presence, once comforting, felt intrusive. Dinner passed in stilted conversation. We talked about the weather, her workload, the leaky faucet in the guest bathroom. Anything to avoid the truth that sat like a corpse between us. With every bite I took, my stomach churned. My mind couldn't stop conjuring images of her with him. Wrapped up in each other, laughing, sharing moments that once belonged to us. I didn't explode. Didn't confront her. Not yet. Something deep inside me held firm. A cold, calculating resolve to gather everything. To confront her with irrefutable proof. After the dishes were done and she went to unpack, I slipped away, claiming I needed to find something in the closet. Really, I just needed space. A place to breathe, to think. My side of the closet was orderly, structured like the mind of a man desperate for control. I wasn't expecting to find anything. But tucked behind her winter scarves, almost hidden from view, was a leather jacket. A man's. It wasn't mine. The leather was expensive, dark, and unfamiliar. I could smell it before I even pulled it free, sandalwood and something faintly metallic, like rusted coins or old blood. My hands shook as I touched it. It was heavier than I expected, as though it carried the weight of the truth I'd been dreading. My knees buckled, and I sank to the floor, the jacket dropping beside me. I stared at it, not blinking, my vision swimming. It wasn't just a suspicion anymore. It was real. Tangible. Her betrayal sat there on the carpet. I didn't cry. Didn't scream. I just sat, the closet door at my back, as the world I thought I knew unraveled around me. In the stillness, numbness seeped in like a bomb, dulling the sharp, fresh wounds in my chest. The next day passed like a dream I couldn't wake up from. I went to work, responded to emails, even forced a laugh at a co-worker's bad joke. On the outside, I was fine. Inside, I was wildfire, silent, fierce, spreading fast. She didn't notice the difference. Or maybe she did and chose to ignore it. She even nagged me about the laundry again, complaining about the way I mixed darks and lights. That Saturday, I told her I had to work late. Instead, I went to the gym and beat my rage into the punching bag until my arms went numb. I needed to be clear, sharp, not reckless. By sunset, I parked a few blocks from her office. She always worked late on Saturdays. And I knew he would be there. I waited, cloaked in shadow, patient as a predator. Eventually he appeared. I recognized him instantly. Tall, confident, smug. That leather jacket slung over his shoulder like a badge of conquest. My jaw clenched as I stepped out from my hiding place and approached. "Excuse me," I said, voice low, deliberate. He turned. That smirk told me everything I needed to know. "I believe you have something that belongs to my wife." His smile twitched. "I think you're mistaken." I pulled out the photo, one I'd found hidden in her phone. A selfie. Her eyes gleaming with excitement, his arm wrapped tightly around her. The smirk vanished. "Recognize this jacket?" I asked. "She seems to like your things." Got me wondering. "What else have you stolen from me?" He started to backpedal, scrambling for words. I didn't let him finish. I grabbed his collar and dragged him into the alley. It wasn't a fight. It was a reckoning. Each punch was years of hurt and betrayal exploding in my fists. He barely fought back, a pitiful, crumpled mess by the time I was done. I stood over him, chest heaving, blood on my knuckles and fury still roaring in my veins. "Stay away from her," I said, my voice barely above a whisper but filled with menace. "Next time, you won't get back up." I stomped his phone into pieces and walked away. Back home. She was lounging on the couch, lost in some pointless reality show. She looked up, irritation flickering in her eyes. "Where were you?" I was getting worried. "Worried?" I echoed, my voice calm and cutting. "That's rich." I strode into the bedroom, pulled out her suitcase, and tossed it onto the bed. From the closet, I brought the jacket and threw it in after. "Take a good look, Sarah. Tell me again who it belongs to." Her face went pale. I tossed the photo down beside it. She stumbled over her words, claiming it was nothing, just a friend, just work, just misunderstood. Lies layered over more lies. I didn't need to argue. Her silence said enough. "I'm done," I said simply. "You're leaving tonight." She begged, cried, promised things would be different. But I was beyond promises. I watched her pack in silence, offering nothing. No comfort. No anger. Just finality. She left sobbing, a hollow echo of the woman I once thought I loved. And when the door clicked shut behind her, something inside me exhaled. There was still pain, yes, but it no longer owned me. What remained was clarity. A bitter peace. I was free. Not just from her, but from the weight of pretending, from the lie we'd built together. Alone, I began to rebuild. Slowly. Quietly. With purpose. Each new day added a stone to the foundation of the life I would reclaim. Without her lies, her shadows, her betrayal. In the silence, I found myself again. And I knew I'd survived.